Hey you guys, today we are watching BOATLIFT, an untold tale of 9/11 resilience. Even though I'm not from US, I remember learning about it and also hearing the stories of the chaos during 9/11. I can only imagine what you guys must have felt that day on 9/11 and also even today, like when you hear the word 9/11, what comes to your mind? I know this video is gonna be emotional even for me, so I'll try to show all the respect I can to all the people. Let's just start. A hero is a man who does what he can.
I thought I was watching a movie, Towering Inferno at first. And then I looked real close and I noticed it was the World Trade Center. I was compelled because I'm a type of person that can't stand by and watch other people suffer. And to me, they were suffering. They wanted to get off the island. And there was no way for them to get off the island other than the water. And I had noticed when I was watching the television, I saw a lot of, the ferries going up into the slips and taking people off. I said, fine, we could do the same thing. I could take people on my boat, get in there, take them where they have to go. And that's what we did.
Yeah. Twin Tower. Both lift. I'm guessing this is the story of a man who used the
On the
boat
morning of
to
September
save
11th,
people.
when the towers came down, millions of people ran for safety.
Oh my
Hundreds of
god.
thousands
Look
of
at
them ran
that.
south to the water's edge.
Holy shit.
That's when they realized that Manhattan is indeed an island and that they were trapped.
They were feeling helpless. And that's the worst feeling in the world. What was a person on the ground going to do? Buildings were down. There were people laying under the rubble of the building.
Oh, look at those pictures.
Firemen, civilians. My wife was there, and I turned around. I says, I've got to go do something. Just like that. And she looked at me. She says, what are you going to do, you maniac? I says, I'm going to take the amberjack up into the city and help. She says, but what if they're attacked again? I says, well, then that's something I have to live with. I says, I have to do what I have to do. I says, and nobody can stop me right now. Even if I save one person or I rescue one person, that's one person less that will suffer and die.
I actually didn't realize Manhattan is actually an island. It's in the New York City, right? I believe so. I mean, I was wondering how did the boat help? I'm getting why, how?
They were trying to evacuate Manhattan because nobody knew what was going on. You didn't know
Oh
something
shit!
else was going
Look
to
at that.
happen. It was just, a madness on one side and wanting to help
Oh
people
my
on the
God.
other side.
They were just streaming out of the buildings, and the first mode of transportation they saw was a ferry boat. And that's when they knew, this is how I'm getting out of here. So they didn't even care where the boat was going.
They just
There
want to
wasn't
leave.
panic in New York in the beginning, just volume. It wasn't until the first building fell that there was panic.
What the hell?
You heard the building go down, but we're in the slip, so we can't see it. That's when we started letting go, and then all of a sudden, you
Oh my god.
engulfed. You couldn't see anything.
People were actually jumping into the river and swimming out of Manhattan. Boats were very nearly running them over. Wait.
These people wanted out of Manhattan no matter any way they could.
Somebody wants you to go over there.
Oh, there are people there.
Every mode of transportation out of Manhattan was shut down. All the subways were shut. The tunnels were all closed. They closed the bridges. They closed everything immediately.
Boats, usually an afterthought in most New Yorkers' minds, were for the first time in over a century the only way in or out of Lower Manhattan.
Start evacuating people. Anybody can get over here. We're gonna evacuate them.
The
process that actually had already started. There were some boats that were grabbing people, that people were lined up at the walls.
On the left, on the left, on the left.
It's just human nature. You see people in distress on the seawall in Manhattan begging you to pick them up. You have to pick them up.
They didn't know what was going on. They seen the building getting hit with these two planes. As far as they was concerned, you know, we were being bombed. I was wondering if they were going to come on the boat, if they had people with bombs, or if they were going to come on. We're a big orange target in the middle of that harbor. My job is to keep the boat safe, the passengers safe, my crew safe.
Everybody was in shock, running around. They didn't want to leave their families. They had loved ones running around the city.
Everybody has a baby!
This is serious.
There was one guy ran from the apron and jumped onto the boat. He grabbed onto the metal, climbed up right next to the pilot. So I'm going out there to say something. He slides down to the next deck. So the deckhands get him and go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm jumping for my life. So,
oh my God.
You couldn't argue.
I mean, like, during this kind of, situation, like, as a human being, you have to save yourself, and that comes to the mind. Like, I need to be rescued. I can only imagine how chaotic it must have been. Like, I'm still wondering, like, New York City is a very big city. So is it only the Manhattan city that was attacked? Only the Twin Towers? Like, people from Manhattan, they were trying to leave the New York City, or like the whole New York City was chaos? I want to know that, but I can only imagine the situation right now. How chaotic it must have been.
There was a small boat that was at the lower tip of Manhattan. I thought the boat was going to flip over because so many people were trying to get on.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I looked behind. They were just 10
That is the
deep.
situation I'm talking about. What if the boat could roll over? If too many people's, like, it could overweight, and even that could be more disastrous as well.
And that's kind of what gave us the idea.
We decided that this has to get better organized and we better do it, and that's what we did.
So we decided to make the call on the radio. All available boats. This is the United States Coast Guard aboard the pilot boat New York. Anyone want to help with the evacuation of Lower Manhattan? Report to Governor's Island.
Oh man, these people are real
When that call
heroes.
came on the radio, they were coming.
I was uncertain of who was going to respond. About 15, 20 minutes later, there are just boats all across the horizon.
Literally 100 targets converging on the lower part of Manhattan.
When we came out of that dust cloud,
Oh man, the boat.
tugboats. I've never seen so many tugboats all at once.
It was just like a fleet of tugboats headed to Manhattan.
If it floated and it could get there, it got there. All different size, shapes, and form. I mean, and they were zooming across this water.
Ferries, private boats, party boats.
I worked on the water for 28 years. I've never seen that many boats come together at one time that fast.
Let's go, guys. Yeah.
It just came together just that fast.
I mean, it's truly inspiring seeing these boatmen.
Hundreds of boats
Oh my God.
converged on
Yeah.
the city, leaving the sun-bathed harbor behind them. Dead ahead, the unknown.
How scary it would have been to all those, like, captains and everyone.
Forget it was just
Still, they are trying to help. That's actually brave. I actually respect them.
Manhattan. When we pulled into Pier 11, the dust was unbelievable.
And then out of nowhere, you just kept on seeing people coming.
They looked like zombies coming through the fog.
Oh my
And
God.
you knew that those were human beings.
Don't leave us. Please don't leave us.
That's the
Take
real
us.
pictures of people. Oh my God, how scary it is.
At that point, the Coast Guard said, not how many people are you allowed, how many people can you fit?
Come on, guys. Anybody coming? Get your ass over here now! Now! Come on!
Boats started hanging, literally would take a bedsheet off a bunk and then a can of spray paint and paint their destination on.
Some of these people never been in the water, never been on a boat before.
Housewives, workers that do windows.
I
We had
mean, this is
executives.
scary.
And the thing that was the best, everyone helped everyone.
I want you to hold my hand. Come on board. Get inside. One at a time. Okay, get in inside. Got
I saw 4 businessmen lifting up an old woman with a seeing eye dog, a German Shepherd, and they lifted her up like a surfboard and passed her over the handrails.
When we would carry a load of people over, and there was somebody standing there that seen their husband or wife, you know, that made us feel even better, you know. Well, at least we got 2 back together, you know. Keep on going, you know.
The guy that works at the ferry, he's a welder. His son was on my boat. He actually came up. He thanked me.
We went back and forth all day long, carrying boatloads, as many as our boat would hold.
Oh my god.
And it's a lot of people. A lot of people. You couldn't have planned nothing to happen that fast, that quick.
No training. This was just people doing what they had to do that day.
You forget all about what you're supposed to do, what they teach you in school, and you say, you know what? Morally, this is the right way to go, and deep down, this is what I'm gonna do.
Average people. They stepped up, and when they needed to. They showed me, you know, when the American people need to come together and pull together, they will do it.
I do feel a way honored that I was a part of it.
That was the greatest thing I ever did with my life.
The greatest day that I've
You
ever
guys are
seen
the
in all
real
my
hero.
boating. I mean, my life on the water.
You guys are the
Lift
real
of
hero.
9/11 became the largest sea evacuation in history. Larger than the evacuation of Dunkirk in World War II, where 339,000
What,
British and
even?
French soldiers were rescued over the course of 9 days. On 9/11,
Oh my god, it's even
nearly
bigger than the World War
500,000
II.
civilians were rescued from Manhattan by boat. It took less than 9 hours.
Oh my god, these boatmen, they really need a lot of
I believe somebody
respect.
has a little hero in them. You gotta look in.
Guys,
And
you
it's in
guys
there.
are awesome.
It'll come out. It need to be.
I have one theory in life. I never want to say the word I should have. If I do it and I fail, I tried. If I do it and I succeed, better for me. And
Yeah,
I tell my children the same thing. Never go through life saying you should have. If you want to do something,
do it.
you do it.
Yeah. I would like to thank all the, everyone involved in making this documentary. Like, you guys made it happen, guys. You guys gave the real credit to those people who actually deserved it, the boatmen. Thank you, Tom Hanks. Thank you, everyone. Oof, that was emotional, you guys. And that was incredibly emotional. It's crazy how in the middle of something so horrible, like people just came together without even thinking twice. Like the captains, the ferry workers, anyone who had a boat. And I had no idea this boat lift was the largest sea evacuation in the history. I mean, it was all a purely like humanity act. Everybody did the job from their heart, and 9/11 is always heartbreaking to watch. But stories like this, I think it shows the strength, courage, and also kindness of people. Like that, even in the darkest moments, like massive respect, guys, to everyone who helped, everyone who survived. I would love to know the story of you guys. I just read a comment on this video that somebody had written, this said, that I was one of the people who was rescued that day, and thank you is too little, but 20 years is too late, but I'll never forget that you got me to safety. I mean, these people, they saved a lot of life that day, and I think they deserve all the respect. Thank you for watching this with me. Like, If there are more stories like this that I should react to, let me know in the comments. And it's heavy, it's emotional, but I would love to know your perspective on this as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. For now, bye.